Well, the halls of Congress may be a home for fiery debate and peppery politics, but when it comes to the issue that relates to Texas home-style barbecue, the top vote getter here in D.C. is Hill Country Barbecue.
TWILA's very own AJ Sabine puts on his apron to show us how the flavors of Central Texas bring in the crowds here in our nation's capital.
Folks, I've been coming to D.C. for 10 years, and without fail, when I absolutely, positively have to have the best brisket in town, I don't go to Capitol Hill, I go to Hill Country Barbecue.
Juicy, succulent, transcendent. These descriptors not only characterize the flavorful brisket here at Hill Country Barbecue, they also capture the experience of this one-of-a-kind D.C. eatery. Self-proclaimed barbecue geek Jim Foss says the best quality ingredients draw in the crowds.
We really source out and buy, the best quality meats, produce. Secondly is we do what we do. We specialize in Texas barbecue, and we don't try to be all things for everybody.
Hill Country Barbecue is literally a slice of Central Texas in downtown Washington, D.C. Based on the food found in Lockhart, Texas, Hill Country serves up post oak smoked brisket, pork, and chicken on butcher paper in a market-style atmosphere. Making brisket at home has intimidated this intrepid Epicurean, so I asked Jim for a lesson on how to prepare this barbecue favorite.
Actually, I've never cooked a brisket before, Jim.
Really?
I have to admit it, I've never done one before.
Well, I'll tell you what, the biggest intimidation or skill set is really knowing when it's done, keeping your pit at the proper temperature, timing, and knowing when to pull it out.
After a little pep talk, I put on the apron because it's time to cook.
What do we got here?
So what we're going to do is we have our beef brisket. And again, like I said, we go through about 40, 45, 50 per day on this. And this is our absolute most important cut of meat here at Hill Country. And we're going to create the rub. Okay. Right here, and you're going to make the rub, okay, AJ?
I cannot wait.
We're going to start, and you're going to put it right in this bowl. We have kosher salt.
All right.
Plain old cracked black pepper.
Simple.
Right. And cayenne pepper, just enough to kind of make it pink.
Now, folks in Louisiana are very, very familiar with cayenne pepper, especially where I grew up in southwest Louisiana. This is a staple, so we're very familiar with the cayenne.
So get it in there.
All right.
Okay, and with your hands, let's go ahead and mix that up really well.
After I get the rub on our brisket,
barbecue is a labor of love, and you have to love on your brisket.
Show it some love.
Show it some love.
It loves love.
Is this Valentine's Day? What are you
Almost. All right, AJ, let's go ahead and load this puppy up in the pit. As you see, we have some briskets already going in there.
That smells wonderful.
Which, the result of the low and slow and the rub gives us that fantastic looking, what we call bark on the outside. So again, it looks, wow, this is like really done. But once you cut that open, again, it's tender, juicy, succulent, and just absolute deliciousness.
And just so the folks at home know, you guys actually start cooking this the night before.
Correct, because it takes about 16 hours.
Wow. See, that's the intimidating factor.
Right.
Like, how do you regulate your temperature at home when you have such a large hunk
I
of
set
meat?
my alarm clock for every 45 minutes.
Oh, do you?
Wake up, yeah.
Wow, wow. So what do I do? Just
Okay,
put this
so
on
just
here?
pick this up and carefully, you're gonna set it right down there.
All right. This is my meat baby. So I'm
Yes,
just gonna,
absolutely.
I'm just gonna set it right here.
Absolutely. Just layer right in there.
Right there?
Yep.
Jim explains that the best flavor comes from the Texas post oak.
It's a seasoning in the barbecue. It's the key ingredient.
If you're a huge barbecue fan like I am, you just want to have that smoke, that flavor all over your face.
Oh, my dog loves me when I go home. I smell like a rawhide. Really.
16 hours later, this amazing, mouth-watering beauty is what you come out with. During the lunch rush, professionals from around the district head to the Hill Country for fresh Texas flavor. For workmates Emily and Wendy, the food at Hill Country is so good,
good enough, it's going to be hard to go back to the office after this.
The macaroni and cheese was great. I wasn't sure because I don't always like it in restaurants. It's not always like has enough crunchy cheese on top, but it did.
Hill Country Barbecue also features jalapeno cheese sausage from the Kreitz Market in Lockhart, Texas.
Hill Country Barbecue recently celebrated its 3rd year anniversary here in the capital. And guys, not only does it feature fantastic barbecue, but also live music.
I'm really jealous because that was one story I wanted to do. Barbecue is my favorite food.
You know
It's delicious.
there's no way you're going to get a food story out of this guy's hands. And I tell you, we ate there last year for lunch, and a brisket was just killer good.